Chapter 74 The Click Click. 4 robot hands were clamped around the rifle. Reco 1 loomed above. Roz lay below, camouflaged in seaweed. For a moment all was still, and then the hunter suddenly lurched and twisted as he tried to rip the rifle away from his target. But Roz held on. Seaweed fell from her body as she was lifted right off the ground. Her legs stand in the air until she pounded a foot and a stump against the hunter's broad chest, leaned back, and pulled on the rifle with all her strength. Waves crashed as the robots grappled for the weapon, but Roz was not match for Reco 1. The hunter was too big and too brutal. Roz could feel her body being pulled apart, but she could also feel the rifle being pulled apart. A faint glow appeared between her hands. The glow grew brighter and brighter, and then a blinding explosion launched the robots in opposite direction. When the smoke cleared, shards of the rifle were everywhere. Reco's body was poked with holes, and one arm was charred and crippled. Roz's arms and legs had been blown completely off. She was now just a torso and a head. Inside her computer brain, our robot's several instincts were blaring. Her battery body simply could not take any more damage. Clearly, Roz was not designed for combat, but the Reco was. He pulled himself to his feet and hobbled towards his target. Roz wanted to get up and run away, but without arms and legs, our robot couldn't move. She could only speak. Please do not deactivate me, she said. Reco 1 ignored her. His block hand reached past her face and touched the back of her head. Click. Chapter 75 The Last Rifle. With the target deactivate, Reco 1 calmly moved on to the next phase of his mission. He limped through the gravesite and began collecting every single robot part. He splashed into the shadows and returned with a foot. He shook the sand from a cracked torso. He pulled a head out from a tight pull. Each part was then piled around Roz's lifeless body. Brightbill watched in horror as his mother slowly disappeared under a pile of parts. Roz looked just like the dead robots, but she wasn't dead. She had simply been shut down. Don't do it, Brightbill. The flock tried to stop their leader. It's too dangerous. But the goose was determined to bring his poor mother back to life. Brightbill crouched low to the ground and slowly moved toward the piles of robots. And when Reco 1 limped away to collect another part, Brightbill sprinted over the rocks and pushed past arms and legs and squeezed into the pile. Click! A powerful voice echoed across the shore. Hello, I am Roz in Unit 7134, but you may call me Roz. Brightbill hugged his mother's face as her computer brain rebooted. Mama, wake up! Reboot. Mama, wake up! What happened? She said finally. Where's the Reco? He's coming this way. Whatever you think, Brightbill, you must leave now before he kills us both. I was scared, Mama, cried the goose. I didn't know what to do. Heavy footsteps stomped toward them. Robot parts were knocked aside, and then Recco One looked down with his glowing eyes. Brightbill tried to squirm away, but thick fingers locked around him like a cage. Mama, help! Cried Brightbill as she was pulled up from the pile. Please do not hurt my son, begged Roz. He's harmless. Recco One paid no attention to Roz. He just held up the goose in his giant hand, ready to crush the life out of him. Mist swirled in the breeze. Waves sloshed against the rocks. Seagulls circled above. No, not seagull. Vultures. And one of them clucked something silver in his talons. The vultures burrowed down, and Recco Three's rifle clattered onto the shore. Geese and otters quickly surround the rifle. They squeaked and squeaked and fumbled with the weapon, trying to aim the clunky things. The hunter was confused. How had those animals gotten a rifle? And could they possibly know how to fire it? They did know. The geese had sewn a trigger pressed before. A beam of light, brief flashed through the gloom. At first, it seemed as if nothing had happened, but a moment later, Recco One's chest began glowing a brilliant orange, and then it was melting and oozing down his front, and soon there was a wide gaping hole in the middle of his torso. His head suddenly unclenched, and Brightbill fluttered away. Sea water sprayed over the graveside, and steam hissed up from the Recco's scorching hot guts. He shook and twitched and collapsed beside Roz. Recco One turned his face to Roz and spoke in a quiet, garbled voice. More Riccos will come for you, and if you destroy them, still more will come. The makers will not rest until all missing robots have been retrieved. When will they come? Said Roz. How long do we have? You can still be fixed, Roz. Go to the airship, but bring all of the robot parts with you. The ship knows what to do. His voice went silent. His eyes went dark. Recco One was dead.